guys, Dirk here from Chef's Area to Hero. I hope everyone is well, and as always, ready to get your cook on. So guys, I thought for the next couple of recipes, we'll do things a little bit differently because we're coming up to the holiday season. That means spending time with family, friends, great, big dishes that brings everyone together. Now, I've got a huge family, so at least 30 to 40 people for every single event, and we have too many events to count actually over the Christmas period. But I love to, bring dishes to the family get-togethers, so I'm going to be showing you one of those very classic recipes. So today, I'm going to be showing you a classic rack of lamb roast with a beautiful creamy mashed potato to go with it. Very simple, very easy to put together, and just so delicious. Alright, so now normally I would be showing you guys a cocktail with the recipe, but when I'm cooking this particular dish, I love to have a couple of beers. So, pairing that off with a beer is perfect. Something that's very crisp, very simple, and quite light, because the lamb and the mashed potato can be quite heavy, so you want something that's a lot more light. And that's it. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, so to make this beautiful rack of lamb roast, we're going to need a few ingredients. So as always, I will put all of the ingredients in the description of this video for you guys to see. But essentially what we need is obviously an amazing rack of lamb. Now, I got the butcher to French trim this for me. Normally I do it myself, but honestly I just didn't have the time. So I'll do a separate video on French trimming a rack of lamb, but if you can get your butcher to do that for you, it just saves time. Apart from that, we're going to need breadcrumbs, spring onion, parsley, Parmesan cheese, some garlic cloves, 4 potatoes. We're going to need olive oil, salt and pepper for seasoning, and some whole grain mustard. And that's it. That's all we need to make this dish. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is just prep our lamb. So all we're going to do here is place our lamb into a baking tray and generously season this with salt and pepper on both sides. So just like this, and nicely work that into the lamb. Going to flip this over and then season the other side as well. And that's it. So the next step is just to get a fry pan onto a medium-high heat with a little bit of oil. And once it starts smoking just like this, we're going to take our lamb and place this into the fry pan. Beautiful, just like that. And we're just going to sear this 2 minutes each side. Now this is very important because if you don't do this, then you don't get that beautiful crust on the lamb, which we definitely want. So after 2 minutes, we're going to flip this over, then we're going to add our garlic, butter and thyme, and then sear it again for another 2 minutes. So it's just been on 2 minutes, and all we're going to do now is just flip the lamb over to the other side. Just like that. Wow, it's beautiful. It just smells amazing. Now we're going to cook this again for another 2 minutes. After 1 minute, we're going to add the garlic, thyme and the butter. Alright guys, so after 1 minute we're just going to add crushed garlic cloves to the pan, and then we're going to add our sprigs of thyme. They give such a beautiful flavour to the lamb. And then finally we're just going to add 1 square piece of butter. Now we're keeping this on a medium to high heat, but it's very important that we don't let the butter burn. So once it starts to melt through, we're just going to stir this, just like this. Beautiful. Stir this through, and then we're just going to baste the lamb before we put this into the oven. Stir this through, you can see it's got a beautiful golden brown colour to it. Start basting just like this. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, so it's just been a little over 2 minutes and all those ingredients have nicely worked into the lamb. So all we're going to do now is just make sure that we've got a nice sear on our rack of lamb. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Golden brown. Just perfect. Alright, so we're just going to cook this for about another 30 seconds and then keep this to the side. Okay, so once we've seared off the lamb, it's time to start making the beautiful breadcrumb. Now this is very simple. All I've done is combined the garlic, breadcrumbs, parsley, Parmesan cheese, olive oil and rosemary. We'll just put that into the chopper, and then we're just going to blitz this for about 1 to 2 minutes till it becomes a really nice fine consistency, and that's it. Alright guys, so after about 2 minutes the crumb should have this beautiful deep green colour to the mix and have this really nice smooth consistency. So just like that. Now if you need to, just add some more parsley and breadcrumbs and keep blitzing until you get this mix. But it should look just like this. Alright, beautiful. Now we're going to prep the lamb for the oven. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is take our fresh whole grain mustard, and we're just going to generously spread this across the rack of lamb. Now make sure that you work the mustard into the rack of lamb and it's nicely absorbed. It's going to give such a great flavour to the lamb. So just like I said, generously cover the rack of lamb, and then once that's done, we're going to dip this in that amazing breadcrumb mixture that we made before. So the next step is to take our rack of lamb, and we're just going to generously coat the lamb in that beautiful parsley breadcrumb that we made earlier. So just like this, be very generous, make sure all of the lamb is covered, and then we're going to pop this into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Alright guys, so while the lamb is cooking in the oven, we're going to get started on the beautiful creamy mashed potatoes. Now this is very easy to make, so all we need is about 4 potatoes roughly chopped, a cup of spring onion, some butter and some heavy cooking cream. And the first thing that we're going to do is just boil the potatoes for about 10 minutes. Alright guys, so it's been 20 minutes and I've just taken the lamb out of the oven and just, wow, it just looks and smells amazing. So all we're going to do now is just let this sit and rest for between 5 to 10 minutes, just to let all those juices nicely absorb into the lamb. In the meantime, we're going to finish up the mashed potatoes and then we are ready to serve. Okay, so while the lamb is resting, we're just going to finish up the mashed potatoes. And all I've done here is drain the potatoes after 10 minutes of boiling. And we're just going to add a nice amount of butter to the potatoes. This is going to give a really deep, rich, buttery flavour to the mash. Then we're also going to add the 1 cup of spring onions. Now, I like to use spring onions because it gives a really nice contrast to the creaminess of the mashed potatoes. It gives a really good bite. Because otherwise I think mashed potatoes can be a little bit too bland, so the spring onion is a good contrast for that. Then finally we're just going to add a little bit of the cooking cream to give that creamy texture. Then we're going to start mashing this together, and once that's done, we are ready to serve. Alright guys, so the mashed potato should end up looking just like this. Beautiful, thick, it's creamy, it's buttery, and it's got that spring onion nicely mixed in as well. So just stir this through a little bit more and then we're ready to plate up. Alright, so when it comes to plating guys, what I like to do is have 2 chops per plate, sitting on a nice generous serving of that amazing mashed potato. And that's it. Simple, quick, and most importantly, so delicious. Family holiday dinner, done. Let me know what you guys think. So guys, that was the entire dish. I hope you enjoyed just as much as I do. If you did, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I will be back very shortly with a new dish for you guys. So good.